Hi, welcome to another episode of Dating in Denver. I'm your host, M, now 36, but a young 36. People confuse me for in my 20s all the time. I still get carded too. Anyway, I want to go over how awesome it's been dating in Denver as a single female in her 30s, much less pretty much any age because it still sucks all the way around. Let's get to it. I have some actual anecdotes this time to share about, real dates and interactions I've had, not just through online dating apps and web apps. But as this guy said, and I just wanted to kind of highlight on here, haha, I feel like you have some funny, maybe cringe stories of app dating. B, man, name starts with B. You have no idea. You are correct. Oh my goodness. To start off with some funny ones, let's just go into a couple profiles I just thought I'd screenshot. I'm not going to show their actual names, but this guy, this is on Hinge, by the way. His greatest strength, mustache. This is what I have to deal with, guys. Wow, just mustache. Not even like just a one-word answer and like mustache. Not like my mustache. Couldn't be bothered to like write a whole thing. And then this guy I matched with the other day on Hinge, and I didn't understand why he had this little like boomerang video. This like video with his sunglasses. As you can see, like his sunglasses are like starting like above his head, and it's like this, and then he goes like this with, and then he says good luck. But I had to watch it 4 times because I didn't even understand what he was saying. It sounded like good luck, good luck, good luck, and I'm like, what are you saying? And then so I said in the chat, I said, like I responded, because you can do that on Hinge, and I was like, good luck? I was like, are you wishing everyone on the app good luck? And he responded, good luck resisting my charm, LOL. Needless to say, I immediately unmatched him. I don't need someone who is challenging women to resist his charm. It's all about the attraction and, trying to find a match. I'm not trying to resist your charm. Like, I want to be charmed. Like, don't want to resist. I don't, like, are you a bad person that we should resist? Because you're implying that we should resist you. So I'm going to dematch you right now. And I couldn't understand you. You were like, gleh. And like, okay, I'm done. One person I matched with, this was on Tinder. I haven't really used Tinder except to communicate with matches, which like I'm not barely communicating with anyone right now on there anymore. But I matched with this one guy who was very attractive, engineer, tall, climber, athletic. Like I was like, what is wrong with you? Like you look so great. And sure enough, he was in a somewhat ethically non-monogamous relationship. However, and I'm just pulling up this conversation because I'm just saying, he sent me like 4 paragraphs, and he was like, I just wanted to let you know I'm in an ethically somewhat non-monogamous relationship with a woman. I say somewhat because we haven't actually acted on anything crossing that line, but we do fantasize together about certain acts from others. And that we enjoy dancing and being in an environment where they can insert sexuality into the movement. So they have a fantasy, and it's kind of like they want to get sexy on the dance floor, like sexy, like do stuff. And for me, dance floor is like a sacred space, and you want everyone to feel comfortable, and you don't want people to feel uncomfortable, especially if you're getting really deep and dirty. So that kind of, turned me off. Plus the somewhat ethically non-monogamous, being as he then said, after I said, I'm not sure about your situation, I need more information. And then he said, I would have to ask her on how she feels, and if she is uncomfortable with anything, we'd have to cut it off. And then he uninvited me from having wine on his patio because he doesn't want to uh, pay someone to do like patio design. I do like some garden design. And so I had offered to like come over wine and do it. And he's like, and I'm like, oh, well, I'd still be happy to do that. And like, I don't know, if you're interested in paying someone to do that. And he's like, no, I'm actually already getting some free landscape consulting. So I got like uninvited. Anyway, and they haven't tested it out. I'm not willing to be a guinea pig. Anyway, moving on. And then he said, here's our Instagrams. And he gave me his and hers and said, let us know about upcoming events. I was like, no, I'm busy. I don't need to be in touch with your guys' weird E&M experiment and like stalk you. Like, no. So anyway, he hasn't dematched me. He's still following me. But yeah, that's weird. Like, figure out your guys' shit, All right, now I want to go into another story of something that happened recently. I went out with this person. First name starts with a G. I'm gonna just go with that. And went out on a date to Tapas. Had a really wonderful time. I don't know how much detail to go into. Just had a nice time. We dressed up. We're there like a couple hours, and he had to get up early the next morning for work, so that was it. Stayed in touch. Then he got COVID. So 2 weeks he was kind of out. I was, wishing him to get well soon, and we were still chatting. Like, we were planning on getting together right that week that he got COVID. We were setting something up to get together for a second date. Well, he gets COVID. 2 weeks go by. I probably don't talk to him for like a week and a half. And I'm out watching my alma mater basketball team with a couple friends downtown at this like kind of Big Ten bar. They have all these screens, a pub. And I notice that there's a group of guys watching soccer. It was like the World Cup. He's there. I was like, oh my God, G is here. And so I go up to him and I'm like, G, is that you? Like, I said his name. He's like, is that you? Hey. And because it was like out of place. He had glasses on, like looked, it's different. And he just looked at me like blank stare. And I said my name and then I repeated it. He didn't say anything. His friends were all watching this happen. He didn't recognize me. In his defense, I did have these glasses on. My hair was up instead of down, but I have bright red hair, red. My name is Mara. Like, it's a really like uncommon name. So I said it twice. We had only met like a few weeks ago and we were texting and he did recognize me. So I just I said my name and I'm just like, oh my God. And he didn't make up for it by saying, oh, I'm sorry, nothing. It was completely embarrassing. I was embarrassed for him. Anyway, I said I had to go because we were picking up some delivered Mexican food outside for the game to bring into the bar. And that was awkward. And then I get a text like 2 days later, like, it seemed like you were upset at me or mad about something. Were you angry? After not coming over to my table to my friends. Anyway, I'm probably talking too much about this dumb situation, but like, can you believe, like, no recognition? I said my name twice. He didn't say, hey, or, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you at first, or, oh, what's up? None of that. It was like this really awkward silence. And this was just within a few weeks. Like, are you dumb? Like, you don't remember who you've been talking with about a second date within 3 weeks? And you've been home for COVID. Like, you haven't been going on dates. Anyway, ridiculous. I didn't respond to that text because some people just don't get it. Are you angry? You were embarrassing. You didn't even recognize me. Oh my gosh. Made that forgettable. Another fun thing that I want to bring up that happened is that I went out on a couple dates with this guy from Chicago. I'm from Chicago. And, wore a Bulls hat, just kind of like silly dude, like had a nice time, played pool, met a couple of his friends, roommates, like that first time we met. It was kind of just fun. And he already was kind of on a bad foot because he didn't tell me they were changing bars. And I went to the bar we had agreed on and was there by myself for like 20 or 30 minutes. Like kind of a bad fail, first impression. But gave him a chance, had fun. And then he's someone who likes being slapped around a little bit. Like if I were mad about something, I would like kind of smack him a little bit. TMI, but like this was in public, but like he liked it. Anyway, so we had this, couple dates, hung out, and then he moved. After like the second date, he moved to Breckenridge. Well, we kept in touch and had some texts and stuff while he was gone, and I started talking about, somehow got into something about racism, and he said, LOL, racism doesn't exist. I said, you're nuts. He said, it's perpetuated by intellectually slow people. No one is born racist. It's pushed by media. But anyway, I'm going to go smoke a little weed. And then I sent like a whole thing about why he's wrong. Because like he's white. And he's saying racism doesn't exist. It's only perpetuated by the media. Like, okay, you can have this idealist thought. I'm totally getting derailed, but like you can have this idealist thought, but it's not true for people of color. You are a white dude saying this idealistic predicament about racism, saying that, oh, it's a concept. Oh, it's the media makes it a bigger deal than it is. Oh, it's only slow people who want to make drama or make it, an argument. No, racism is real. You're white. You're a white dude who lives in Breckenridge, Colorado. So so he never responded 4 months ago. Well, last week I got a text message that says, so like hitting you up out of the blue after 4 months, silly? Yeah. 4 months later, no response to my anything. And I just go, meh, yeah. And he goes, fair, just haven't been down in Denver since. Sorry, I'm the worst, LOL. The end of you, M from Chicago, man. The end of you. Also had a dive bar date. Let's call him Nate. Just kind of this last minute, like, sure, what are you doing? Like, you're not too far. You want to just meet for a beer. It's just best to meet people. This is on Tinder. Red flag anyway, right? Anyway, go to this like really dive bar place a mile from my house. There's no one there except a big Native American man sitting at the end of the bar drinking. He's the only one there. He buys us tequila shots. We wave, have a few laughs, and like he appreciates like our company. Being other people in the bar, and that was really cute. Anyway, it's like it was kind of like a fun way to start off kind of thing. And first of all, don't dress up for me. Wore a hoodie with the hood over his head at the bar. Just black hoodie, hood over his head. He didn't look like his pictures. Just a lot more like Marshall Mathers. Like, I don't know, he's creepier in that hoodie too. And then he goes and tells me that he has a baby and that his baby's mama and him live together with the baby. So I'm like, you guys together? Does she know you're here? And then he drinks his beer super fast, pays for mine, gets a text message and, or it's like a fake text message, but a half hour, I don't know, I was having just a fine time chatting. Not like it would probably go anywhere because of the few red flags and like don't dress up for me, and also don't tell me you're a dad and you live with the baby. Like, it's drama with the baby's mom with, like, you live together. It's like a nightmare. But then he up and left in a half-hour flat. So that was crazy. I would have had another beer. Like, shoot, I was drinking a lager, light beer. It was nothing. It was also like 8:30 on a Tuesday. Like, nothing going on. Let's just chill. But no, he up and left. So either he got another Tinder match to go, like, cheat on his ex or have some booty call, or he was just looking for booty call action, or his baby's mama and roommate needed him home, or he needed to get home real quick before baby's bedtime because it was like 8:30. He had like a 2 or 3-year-old. Oh my God. That was so... Oh, and then, yeah, I sent a message on Tinder like, oh, you didn't even want to stay for another beer? I was down to, like, chill for another drink. And he dematched me right away in the parking lot. Yeah, oh my God. Good issues. Dive bar date Nate. Calling you that with the black hoodie and the baby's mama roommate. Jeez. Also, tell people up front if you're a dad or a mom. Like, just, you should probably tell people. It's good on the first date to say it, but especially in, like, a really shady scenario like that, you have to be up front. Have to be up front. All right, I'm going to tell another story and then try to cut this to, just under 20 minutes because I've had some other long videos. But cardiac surgeon came into where I work. He was with his 2 buddies in scrubs. They had a rare evening off their shifts, and together they were able to go out where I work. So I was their server, and they were very nice, just seemed like cool dudes. This guy has a recording studio and likes music. He's in a band, and they were all doctors. So I thought that was cool. Like, you're, balancing both. You like music. I was pursued in front of my manager, in front of everyone. He actually kind of, like, it was a little intense. He kind of, like, chased me, like, kind of got me in a corner to, like, ask me my number. And it was, like, in front of my manager, so it was kind of awkward. Like, yeah, I'm getting picked up right now at work, like, in between helping tables. And this guy, basically said, I don't have much free time. I really think you're beautiful, and I really would love to take you for a drink. Would you want to stay here for a drink? Like, he wasn't afraid to just, like, stay where I worked. But I was like, no, why don't let's exchange numbers. I was okay with meeting for a drink. Like, there's no harm in, having a beer with someone. And so after I closed, went to another small bar, and, we had a drink. First of all, dude was really forceful. He works really intensely, so he doesn't have much time, so he didn't have much time to waste. So he made his decisions rather quickly. He decided that I was the next best thing since sliced bread. He kept trying to make out with me. He was all over me. He said, wait, can we have another kiss? And, like, just, like, it was too much. I was like, okay. First date, like, and he basically said, well, I want you. What if I want you? He's like, I'm going to be making $500,000 soon. Right now, I guess he was in, like, training or still an intern or something, and just working his booty off, but not making the big money yet. So I'm like, what are the perks? You're like still in student debt, and you live 30 minutes away, and you work all the time. And then he said the kicker, and there's more to this story because I got follow-up about this later. But he had to work at 5 in the morning. It was nearing 11 p.m., and I knew that he had about a 30-minute drive. He lived in, I'm not going to name the city because I don't want to, like, narrow him down. But, like, he lived kind of north, and he had to be on a highway. and he had gotten maybe one too many drinks, and he insisted in staying. It was kind of crazy. I mean, guy had heart surgery at 5 in the morning, and it was 11 p.m. and he was drunk in Denver. Is that someone you want working in your on your heart? This guy's intense. And then the kicker also is that he was still married. He was separated. They didn't live together, but they were going through a divorce, and it's still going through. So it wasn't even. Oh, and he has a child, which he's never part of because he works all the time. He probably hasn't seen his kid in a while. But yeah, what's with all these dads dating in their 30s? I'm telling you. And yeah, so he's a cardiologist doing heart surgery, drunk, and being all over me, saying he wanted to spend more time with me. And what if I wanted to go on a vacation with you? Let's go somewhere. I'm like, with what time? And like, also, you're in debt right now. You're not making $500,000. He was driving like a beat up Subaru, and like, that's fine. But like, you're bragging about the perk of dating you being that you're rich and you drive this car and you're still in debt. I guess, it's the long-term thing. But anyway, he wasn't for me. If it was someone that, long-term for me, it would be like, cool, like we have a future together. But this guy was not in the right place and not in a responsible mindset, being a cardiologist and being drunk, not getting to bed till midnight and working surgery at 5 in the morning. So kind of crazy. But I got an email a few days later, and it was from someone with a different name, but he signed it with his name that I had known, that he introduced himself as, and asked me to coffee in the morning. Yeah, and he says I'd met you through work, but I didn't give him my email address. So he somehow stalked me or found me on the internet, wrote me an email, said we met where you work, and then signed it with the guy's name, but it is kind of a common name, so I wonder if it was like a scam. But it was signed with like another name on the email. So I'm confused. Shit's shady. I've gotten scammed also. Careful those Bitcoin miners. That is not real. I thought I was going to Bitcoin mine, and then my Instagram got hacked. If you don't remember that, if you're watching this and you're a friend and you saw me post about it, damn, I got hit hard. So that really, really, really blew. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm not using Tinder, as I said. I am just on Hinge, and honestly, I'm meeting up with a friend who I saw on there back from college this week to catch up, and that's it. Like, I don't have any other dates scheduled. No one's asking me out. The one person who wanted to meet up at a show didn't get back to me when I waited 24 hours to respond because I wasn't sure if I was going to that show. I had tickets to another show that night. Finally said, hey, I am going to that show if you're, going. I haven't heard back from him. So, like, God knows. God knows. It's just so annoying and crazy. And then most of my shit is like 2 weeks expired. So they basically go into this like other folder, and they kind of like down below and on this other folder. Ugh. Yeah, couple dads. Imagine, but like you don't know their dads until you really talk to them and they say that. But anyway, dating app's been great for reconnecting with a good friend I didn't realize was my neighbor from college. So yay, dating apps. It's been really good. But anyway, it's been fun having visitors and friends come to visit in the past couple months. I've been super busy, so like dating hasn't been a priority. Partying a lot and making soaps is a hobby. No, I'm not from the Fight Club. What? Didn't mention that. No, I make like unicorn soaps with essential oils and like donkey milk. It's actually really creamy and good. And they're going to be in a shop in Denver, so that's so cute and exciting. Little unicorns. Hit me up if you want me to send you some soap. Signing off, M36, Denver. It's been so fun. So fun. Peace. Bye.